Hey YouTube, this is Dean from Infinity Detailing Studio. Here's a first person view of me decontaminating, paint correcting and ceramic coating this Subaru Levorg STI. This car is a new purchase for the owner, so he wanted it looking amazing, so he brought it to me to get a full ceramic coating package on the exterior of the car. I'm starting off with the wheels first, as it is the dirtiest part of the car, and I'm using Merch Grime Reaper for the wheels, and the tires, it is diluted at a 1:1 ratio. Then I like to snow foam the wheels to add a bit of extra lubrication and cleaning power for when I do the barrels and the faces of the wheels. And the wheels are also getting ceramic coated, so I'm also using an iron remover, and then I continue on to do the rest of the wheels. The wheels are nice and clean. I like to snow foam the entire car with some CarPro DQuartz, and I tend to use CarPro DQuartz in a 1:10 ratio for all my decontamination washes. Gets it really good, it's good cleaning ability, and it does remove a lot of water spots. Heavier grime is on the acidic side of things, and it's great for prepping the paint. Well, for about 3 to 5 minutes without letting it dry, and then give it a rinse off. After I've done my initial snow foam pre-rinse, I like to re-snow foam the entire car and then do my contact wash. Doing it this way lets me have a bit more lubrication and also lets the snow foam work while I am doing a contact wash. For DIY detailers, I recommend to avoid washing in the sun if you can. Try and avoid when it is quite hot. Try and wash in the shade, or if you can during cooler hours. But I am a pro detailer, so I do work fast, and the key is to have DI water, demineralized water, so it prevents water spotting. And also working fast and keeping all my panels nice and wet. It prevents any water spotting or any issues that I could come into. So for my contact wash, I have CarPro D scale in the bucket, 150 mils CarPro D scale. I am using the 2-bucket method, one with clean water and one with my soap, and I'm washing top to bottom and using only straight motions, and I'm also rinsing my mitt out after every panel. So I didn't actually finish my contact wash here, but I noticed the panels were getting a bit dry, so I made sure to keep the panels wet, so I rinsed everything off, and then I continued my contact wash. Once my contact wash is done, I am onto my chemical decontamination, and I'm starting off with CarPro's new iron remover. It is a iron remover and mineral remover in one, and it does work quite well. You can see on the hood it is all purple, bleeding purple. It's reacting quite well and doing its job, so I just like to watch that and make sure not to let it dry, and then rinse it off. Switch here to another iron remover, as I did run out of the CarPro one, but it's the same thing, and I'm just doing it panel by panel and watching it, the panels, not letting it dry, otherwise I will have a big headache to deal with. I do rinse it off here, make sure everything is rinsed off really good. No iron remover left onto the paint. It could cause some staining and whatnot. You don't want to do that. And then I do follow up with a re-snow foam the entire car and give it a good wash down to make sure it's all removed and I won't have any issues. I did rinse down the snow foam and then I re-snow foamed it prior to my mechanical decontamination. I opted to use the least aggressive method. My clay mix got the paint nice and smooth, ready for paint correction. To use the least aggressive method that works well to save yourself from causing more damage to the paint than necessary. It seems that some people on the internet believe you can clay bar paint, skip paint correction, and ceramic coat the car. This isn't the case, as the clay bar picks up and drags contaminants across the paint, inflicting marring and other damage that needs to be corrected with a paint correction. Car paint is quite soft and thin nowadays, but it's quite sad that some businesses decide to operate this way and undercut others in pricing and quality. Now I'm just drying the entire car. Wash stage is all done. I'm gonna pull it in, dry it, get my air compressor to get into the hard to reach places or the lingering places, or the grills and stuff, make sure that no water is left inside that my drying towel can't reach. Make sure it's fully dry, and then I tape the car up ready for correction. The glass is getting ceramic coated with CarPro GForce, and the glass does need a good polish before laying it down. You can apply CarPro GForce without a polish, but there was quite heavy water spots and marks that you can see in that video before. You can see me wipe down and see all the watermarks, so it's like ghost watermarks. And I'm removing it with CarPro's new product called CarPro GForce, and is a less aggressive method than just got a Lake Country black pad. Doesn't need to be too aggressive, just needs to give it a good deep clean, as the watermarks would probably go away, and it did after a good couple passes. So I did polish the entirety of all the glass, getting it ready to be coated. You can see how well I did tape up all the rubbers and whatnot. Glass polish does not like rubber, and it will stain quite easily, so to avoid that you just gotta really tape up all the crevices of rubber and get really in there, especially with the side windows. Really tape it well up, and you won't have an issue. So my prep spray of choice is Mercedes Veil, and I do have a big tub of it, and it does work really well. Removes all the polishes and whatnot off the glass, as you can see me doing here. Do follow up with a glass cleaner after, just to get that extra smick and ready. You can see me start my paint correction here, and with most cars I do test spots and see what pad and polish combos work well, but this car is in for a single stage paint correction, and I do know Subarus quite well and how their paint reacts. A combo of CarPro Reflect and a Shine Mate red pad does well, and it removes about 90% of defects, removes all the swirls, deeper scratches not so much, but we are not chasing perfection here, and we're getting a prep for ceramic coating while increasing the gloss and clarity of the paint. Always be sure to measure your paint thickness. Some spots are a bit iffy, but overall this car was pretty good. Had an average reading of 100 to 130 microns, so it was really good to work with. So I'll be quiet here and let you guys watch the rest of the paint correction and check in later. So now that the paint correction is all done, I'm taking off all the tape, and then I'm going to give it a good IPA wipe down for the areas, all the paint, any painted, anything that's getting coated, anything dirty. It's going to get nice IPA wipe down, make sure it's all prepped for coating and whatnot. I didn't record the entirety of me wiping down the car with prep spray, but I did record this. It was just me wiping down the glass, getting it ready for coating with CarPro GForce. My process has always been to ceramic coat everything else before the paint, as I find it's the quickest and cleanest method of doing it, and you can have more control by doing it this way. So I'm applying a combination of CarPro DQuartz Pro and CarPro Professional to the paint. So one layer of CarPro DQuartz Pro and one layer of CarPro Pro. And I do apply this quite thick for both layers, so there's nothing to worry about, and I apply it quite well. You can see me here applying CarPro DQuartz Pro, and this does have a very nice workable cure time, wipe off time of about 5 to 7 minutes. Because it has a nice long wipe off time, I can apply the coating to a lot of the paint before having to wipe it off. I've even had it on maybe 10 plus minutes, 15 minutes, and it has been still a delight to wipe off. It's really easy to work with and it works well. If you want to do a DIY coating at home, you want to apply it indoors, but also when you're applying it, you want to apply it top to bottom, and that just keeps everything nice and clean, and you can have a good work area. You don't have to touch a coating while it's still curing before you can wipe off. You can work on these areas, wait for it to cure, and then give it a good wipe off. This light is honestly a godsend. It is the best thing to work with when you're wiping off any ceramic coatings. It is diffused and it basically mirrors the sun, and you can see any high spots, so it ensures that you have no high spots remaining on the car. Before applying CarPro Professional on top of CarPro DQuartz Pro, I have to let the coating cure for an hour to 2 hours depending on how hot it is and how humid it is. If it's quite hot and humid, you can apply quicker, but I left it for an hour and a half before applying my layer of CarPro Professional on top. Exact same ceramic coating process, this just has a different cure time, wipe off time. It's just a bit longer or shorter depending on the humidity and the heat. But I do a test spot before wiping off, and that tells me how long I have to wait before I do wipe off. So I finished my ceramic coating off camera the rest of the car, and I let it cure for 4 hours before I apply a good layer of CarPro release, and that allows me to release the car to my customers quicker without having to wait the 24 to 48 hour cure time that the CarPro ceramic coatings do have. But it works amazingly well. It's very thick and it provides protection, so there's 3 layers on the car now. And here I'm just ceramic coating the wheels with CarPro Deluxe, cleaning it with IPA, and then I'm ceramic coating all the wheels. I didn't record everything, but here's just a little snippet. And that is the car finished. The customer was super happy with the car. He even made a brand new Google account to leave me an amazing Google review. If you have a car in Sydney that needs this treatment, don't hesitate to reach out. If you like this style of video, let me know in the comments below.